anyways, yeah, we're in second place and focused on the conference tournament and playing one-game seasons now, as Jimmy V would say, Jimmy Valano. Survive in advance is what he would say, but it's always fun to win on senior night. At least for some really good memories for a lot of people. Not only just the players themselves, but the fans who have been very loyal and been following them for years. It was a tough game. I was very proud of how well we executed the game plan. We really controlled the tempo. You could tell there was a lot of fans that were anxious. You know, they were upset that you know, they didn't understand how we were slowing things down purposely. We'd break the press, and you would think that we'd have a really high percentage shot, but what we needed to do in order to win that game was limit the number of possessions that Sac State got. And if we took a lot of quick shots, they would have had more possessions, and thus a chance to score more points. But I was very proud of the way we defended and how we controlled the tempo. A lot of people made big plays during different stretches. You know, you had one that started off the first half with 14 points. You hit 2 threes in the first half. You have Ash Villa scored almost 7 points in a row with a 3 and then 2 twos, and she had a really nice tip-in where she caught it in the air and then shot it in the air and finished on a missed basket, on a missed shot. And then you have Chelsea Pickering, who comes up with big offensive rebound on the free throw line. She missed her own free throw and got the rebound. And she did a smart thing. She brought the ball back out so we could use more clock. And then you have Andrew Vitabeck, who makes, you know, some big plays down the stretch. He had a big block, you know, and for a 5'4" point guard to come up with a big block towards the end was huge. And then she had a nice steal in the last seconds of the game, and that's not the first time she's done that. You know, she's been very consistent for us, you know, in finishing games, whether it's making a big shot or making a big steal. You know, the last 3 games she's made big plays at the end of the game that made a huge difference for us. At a time, we're going to worry about Portland State first. I think you can confuse a lot of people if you try to worry about everybody at once. It's more about what you do and how well you execute as opposed to what they do. Of course, you need to make adjustments for them, but you know, I guess you could look at it that there's, you know, maybe 3 teams to prepare for right now. Portland State, and then if you win, you're going to see Montana or Eastern. You're not going to see Sac State or Montana State unless you make it to the championship game, and they make it to the championship game. But Portland State's good enough for us right now. It's going to be a tough enough game for us that we need to focus in on that, learn from our most recent game from them, and then after that you got to adjust a little bit on the fly. You know, we're bringing a lot of film with us. We have all of our film breakdowns and cut-ups throughout the year, so if we find out we're playing Eastern Washington, we'll have a cut-up ready to go and show the team that next day or even that night. So it's just taking it one at a time. Yeah, well, it gives you a little bit more confidence, you know, and you know, if we were going into this game and we'd never beaten Portland State in the last 2 years, that would be kind of another mental challenge to get over on top of everything else. So right now we're fortunate enough to know that, hey, we can beat them if we play hard enough, we defend well enough, and that's what I think it comes down to. And you know, so it's one less thing to worry about. We know we can beat them if we play hard enough.
And then what about Montana? How worried are you about any
Well,
against them?
I don't know if we'll run into them. Maybe, maybe not. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. You know, we've played them close 3 times out of the 5 times we've played them the last 2 years. We played them tough in the conference tournament last year. We played them tough in Missoula this year, and then we played them tough at home, just to kind of let it get away a little bit at the end. But you know, we're confident that we can improve on our mistakes and play them a little bit more competitively, and maybe even have a chance to win. It's nice that if you do see them in this year's conference tournament, it's not in Missoula, so you don't have to worry about the home court advantage. Yeah, you know, because we are playing better, you know, and we're healthy. You know, I think that'll make a big difference for us.
Because when you had him at home, you weren't healthy.
Yeah, we were missing Chelsea, yeah.
And Morgan was barely back.
Morgan was still not completely back. Chelsea Morgan did play in the game up in Missoula, and that we played pretty tough. But yeah, not having Chelsea Morgan in that game, and having another two great outside shooters, makes a difference against a team that's primarily a zone team. We definitely need someone to lean on, and their experiences, and we've got some great seniors. We've got seniors who've played in the NCAA tournament before and have won championships before and know what it takes. So it's nice to kind of have them to lean on when you need to. I think anyone can beat anybody in this league, and that's got to be something that we understand. If you don't show up and play hard, you're going to lose. If you don't execute a game plan, if you don't make your open shots, you're going to lose. And so we're definitely not going to go in overconfident, and we've got to understand that we've got to make sure things happen. We can't hope that we make shots or hope that we play good defense that night. We've got to make it happen.